You can't take the sky from me since I found serenity.
You love that show.
It's good. It's excellent.
It's excellent. Welcome, guys, to the Torrent This Top 10, the show where Michael and I choose a topic, decide our own top 5, and then combine them to make the Torrent This Top 10 list. Our topic today, best sci-fi films of all time. Now, before we get into things, we must first predict what each other's top 5 will be, so let's start with Michael.
Okay, hi guys, it's Michael here with a special sneak peek at Dando's list because I know him so well. His number 5 through 2, in no particular order, are going to be Back to the Future, because he loves Doc Emmett Brown. I think that could be completely arbitrary. I could be making that up. Jurassic Park, because Jurassic Park. It's one of those movies that he's big on movies that change the face of cinema, and I think Jurassic Park can go into one of those categories. Probably have a Matrix in there just to appease the people, because he is the voice of the people. He'll have Star Wars there, and that's the same as Seinfeld. He's not going to want to put it as his number 1 because that's too easy, so he'll trick everyone and put it as number 2. And finally, his number 1 is going to be E.T., the Extraterrestrial. Even though I hate that movie and it was never going to make my list, I know that he's loved that movie since he was a kid, so that's going to be his number 1. 5 out of 5. Deal with it.
Okay, so I know last week I did extremely bad at trying to guess Michael's top 5, but I think I've done much better this week. I think I know which sci-fi films Michael likes. I think he's going to have in his top 5 the movie Stargate. Now, if you know anything about sci-fi, you know the movie Stargate spawned the series Stargate SG-1 and all the other Stargates that we don't really talk about as much. Stargate SG-1 is one of, if not Michael's favourite TV show, besides Firefly and maybe Oz. So I think the movie Stargate, it'd be a crime if Michael didn't have the movie Stargate in his top 5. I also think he's going to have, purely because Will Smith is the major star and it's that ridiculous that it's awesome, Independence Day. I love this movie purely because of how ridiculous it is. So I think Independence Day will make Michael's top 5. I also think this one's a bit of a curveball. I think he's going to have District 9. District 9 is a great movie and it could have easily made my top 5, but I just etched it out for a couple of others that you'll see further in the episode. I think Michael will have this in the top 5. I hope he does, because District 9 definitely deserves a mention. Similar to the Stargate situation, I think you'll have Serenity. Serenity is based on the TV series Firefly, and Firefly is a glorious show that Michael is obsessed with. So I think Serenity will be up there. I think it could have been number 1, but I think number 1 will have to be The Matrix. Michael, in high school, he loved The Matrix like no other. He was obsessed with it. I'm not sure whether he liked 2 and 3. He might have liked number 2. I think he hated number 3. But you've got to go with the original, don't you? So I think The Matrix will be Michael's number 1 top sci-fi film of all time. Let's see how I go.
My number 5, and this is the first one.
Hide your list too. It's so tempting to look at it.
Don't look at my. Don't look. Maybe a little bit of foreshadowing here at the table, but my number 5 is the oldest movie on my list, and that is Terminator 2.
Terminator 2 is your number 5.
Number 5, Terminator 2.
Okay, it's a great movie. It deserves to be in the top 5.
Oh, it's an amazing movie. It holds the distinction of being one of those movies that's better than the original.
I feel like I'm ruining a future possible top 10 here, but is it the best sequel of all time?
It could possibly be the best sequel of all time.
Yeah.
Like, one's good, right? Don't get me wrong. One's a good movie, but then, human versus machine and stuff. But then machine versus machine, and there's just something about number 2 that just makes it. It's in another tier.
At the end, man, when he puts his thumb up...
the feels. The feels.
Not a single man has not cried at that scene.
Oh, that's upsetting. That's probably that set the trend of me crying like a bitch at the end of every movie.
That was the first movie I remember literally thinking, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Terminator 2, number 5.
Terminator 2 is my number 5, yes.
My number 5 is a movie which I feel you enjoy as well. We quite often quote it. One particular quote.
Hold on, I'm just getting ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Number 5, Starship Troopers.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
I did not have that.
It's a great movie.
I know, it's a good movie.
The older you
Rico,
get...
you know what to do.
That's the quote. Plus it's got Doogie Howser in it.
Yep.
The movie, to me, the older you get, the more you appreciate it. Because when you're a kid, it's just a scary alien movie.
Yeah.
But it's actually a piss take on sci-fi, really. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, it is. And this is good. This actually sets a tone because I had 2 lists written down for you today. My first list is the one I didn't go for, just had Star Wars written 5 times. So at least I know which list I'm working off of now.
It's a lot more violent than you expect it to be.
Oh, it's a horribly violent
Like,
movie.
it's more violent than most movies I've seen sci-fi wise. It's just, it doesn't try and hide it at all. It's just like, yep,
like
this guy's got his
guts
brain
and-
exploded.
yeah.
Do you remember the scene where the guy has to put his hand, because he disobeyed the drill sergeant?
Oh, and he puts a knife in his hand.
You don't
Yeah.
expect him to hit the hand.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, shit. Yep.
Yeah.
And do you know Starship Troopers was the first movie where I ever saw a pair of boobs in a movie?
So it holds a special place in your heart.
Yeah.
Starship Troopers does not hold the distinction of Terminator, though. Its sequel was not good.
It's had its 2 sequels.
And
I think there's 4 of them now.
And they were all terrible.
I've only seen the second one, about half of it, and I'm like, ugh.
I think I've seen... Rico comes back in the 3rd or 4th.
Does he?
But
Whatever
it's
happened
not
to
good.
the guy that played Rico?
Apparently nothing, because he was available for the terrible Starship Troopers sequel.
But seriously, Starship Troopers, great movie, my number 5.
Excellent choice. My number 4. Now, you actually may have issues with this, whether it's sci-fi or not. You may have an issue with a lot of the movies on my list, whether they're sci-fi or not, actually.
Okay.
I'm pretty liberal with my use. If it's got science and it's a work of fiction,
Well,
it's a sci-fi movie.
As the viewers at home know, there's a couple of ones on here that I chose for you that aren't particularly like, you wouldn't think of sci-fi straight away, but so I
Okay.
could have nailed it.
You could have nailed it. Number 4 is the newest movie on my list, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I didn't pick that. And I
Didn't
should have
pick
picked
it?
that.
As
You told me
oh.
how great it was.
That is such a good movie. Like, when I went into this list, I was thinking, could this potentially be my number 1 movie?
Really?
Oh,
Do you know, I
it's-
still haven't seen it.
Dude, it's so good. Like, I understand it's a superhero movie, but you know how Captain America, the first Captain America, it didn't feel like a superhero movie. It felt just like it was a war movie
Yeah.
and a boring war movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy doesn't feel like a superhero movie. It feels like a space opera, but in a good way.
And it's got Batista in it.
It does, and he's actually pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of Marvel, but with what they did with the Guardians of the Galaxy, like, little universe, like, I'm so excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
I'm surprised I didn't pick that. Damn it!
So it's a real, it's such a good movie.
Alright. Oh.
Chris Pratt, man, that guy's amazing.
My number 4. Now, this is similar to where you don't hear this movie and think instant sci-fi.
E.T.
No.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah! Nailed it.
Jurassic Park is my number 4. It is science fiction.
It's 100% science fiction.
Yeah.
They bring dinosaurs back to life. Cloning.
I remember when I was a kid, I was a big dinosaur kid. I loved dinosaurs.
Yeah.
This movie scared the shit out of me. But it was the first movie where the dinosaurs, besides the TV show Dinosaurs,
Yeah, of course.
where
yeah.
these dinosaurs seemed real. But
Oh, so the Dinosaurs TV show, they seem really like...
it wasn't a cartoon or
Yeah,
a CGI, whatever. Not that we had much CGI back then. But I feel the special effects in that movie for its time, amazing.
Oh, yeah, they were... It was like the Avatar of its time.
I remember when that Tyrannosaurus Rex is like trying to get to the kids in the car.
Oh, yeah, no, it looks
Holy
amazing.
shit.
Looks amazing. Yeah, no, Jurassic Park, spoiler alert, didn't make my list, but it was one of the ones that I had to stop and consider. The only thing it came down to was just, these movies, they were all so close, it just came down to my personal enjoyment, and it was like, if Jurassic Park was on one channel, and something else was on another channel, which one would I put on? And Jurassic Park just didn't win out over the 5 I've got. But it's a great movie.
What's what this top 10 show is basically our favourite top 5. It's
Yeah.
not what we think are the top 5 best, because
Well, I think
Starship
my
Troopers isn't in the top 5 best sci-fi, but it's in my top 5 best.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would want to watch.
Yeah.
But also Jurassic Park, check my notes. I said that I'm a fan of there's minimal CGI, don't and that everyone would want to go to Jurassic Park.
Oh, everyone will go to that park. 100%.
There is not a single person on this planet that would not want to go to Jurassic Park if it existed.
You would have vegans out the front with signs saying like dinosaurs are murder or something. No, scales are murder. Because if dinosaurs were back, I'd be wearing dinosaur scaled boots. Hell
Would you?
yeah.
Do you know they're making a 4th one? I think it's called Jurassic Island?
Wasn't that the second one?
It was The Lost World.
Ah.
The second and third ones weren't. The second was okay. Third one
Which is the one where a Tyrannosaurus Rex rocks up?
in New York.
In
or
New
whatever.
York, yeah.
That's number 2.
That makes no sense. How? Like it's a T-Rex, right? And they go through the ship and all these tight little corners of the ship, and there's all these people that have been eaten by a T-Rex. Like, well, how did T-Rex even get in there to eat them?
In where?
Like in the captain's little area.
I can't remember the movie.
How did T-Rex get up there and kill the captain?
I just remember T-Rex eating a kid's dog.
That's
And I was traumatized.
You don't see that anymore. Dogs always get away.
yeah, they do. particularly in one of the movies I thought might be in your top 5. But we'll get into that. Hopefully, it's going to be in your top 3.
My number 3, and I'm going to telegraph this by saying exactly what you're going to say when I say my number 3. Can't believe that's not your number 1. Serenity.
I had Serenity in the top 5.
And then?
It wasn't number 1.
Okay, but you did have it.
I had it as your number 2.
Oh, very close.
Because I'm like, Michael, okay, he loves Firefly.
Yeah.
And he loves Serenity.
Yeah.
But I don't think he loves it enough for it to be number 1.
Nah, not enough for it to be number 1. Because at the end of the day, I love the universe, and I love the characters, and the movie's good, but the movie's not great. Like, this movie here is kind of the same reason from my last list that I put Genie on. It wasn't so much the Genie character I like, it's what the Genie character being there meant. So this one here, I like it so much because it gave a somewhat satisfying conclusion to something that hadn't been concluded. So the movie's a good movie, but for Firefly fans, say that 5 times quickly. Firefly fans, it's more than a good movie, it's a good conclusion. And, well, it's not so much a conclusion anymore because they brought out comic books for the next season. But, yeah, at the time, it was a great conclusion, and it's just...
I read up some stuff on it, and apparently it, like, lost so much money. It didn't come anywhere close to getting back the budget.
Yeah, it's because like the Firefly fans, first time, they're a vocal minority. Normally, I hate being part of the vocal minority, but I'm okay with being part of this one because they're not trying to get anyone fired.
Do you think Firefly will ever become a TV series again?
No.
Do you reckon there'll be any more movies based on it?
No. Well, Joss Whedon flat out said, he was asked, if this movie is successful, will you start the series up again? And he said, I'd probably just do another movie. And now he's doing Marvel movies. Why is he going to do another Firefly
Well,
movie?
we'll go back to that.
Yeah.
Matt, would you mark out if he incorporated Firefly characters into a Marvel movie?
Man, actually, I'm going to have to... Did he have anything to do with Guardians of the Galaxy? I wonder if there's like a Firefly ship hidden somewhere in space or something.
It would have to. If he's written something like that, it'd have to be.
It would have to. I'm going to have to look into this. Bear with me.
This could be a thing you could have Googled.
Yeah.
My number 3... I'm going to let him guess at it. This is something we've already mentioned.
E.T.
No.
Star Wars.
No. Terminator 2.
Ah.
We've already got into it. Like
Shit.
Did you think I had that in my top 5?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't see these bobbleheads before.
I love Terminator so much, man. It was like my top 3, any of them could have been number 1.
Yeah.
Actually, no, my number 1 will always be number 1. The 2 and 3 could have been either way.
Yeah.
But Terminator 2, man, it's just the best sequel. It's so good.
It's amazing.
And as we discussed earlier, the thumb. It's just the thumb scene that just gets you every time. You're like, oh.
And we didn't discuss it earlier. Liquid Metal Man
is
best bad guy ever.
He is a movie villain.
Oh, every time I see him in something, I don't even know the guy's name. It's just Liquid Metal Man, in no matter what he's in.
He replaced Mulder on X-Files for a while, didn't he?
I think he did,
But he's always Liquid Metal Man. Even when you see him on TV, hey, it's Liquid Metal Man.
Yeah, I don't know the actor's name. I don't know any of the characters' names that he plays. He's always Liquid Metal Man.
Like, seriously, there's no better Schwarzenegger movie than Terminator 2.
Yeah, no, it's up there.
Like,
some of the stuff he's doing now is actually pretty
movie
good.
quotes, man. I'll be back. Does it get bigger than that?
I'll be back.
Does it get bigger than that?
It does.
It does?
It does.
That can be another top 10 list.
Okay, I won't get into
We're-
it now
won't get into it. But that's my number 3.
Teaser. You just got teased.
Terminator 2. Alright,
All right.
Michael's number 2.
My number 2.
Well, I didn't get it right, but I've got a few chances.
How do you know you didn't get it right? Did you look?
Because I picked Serenity as your number 2.
Oh, okay. So you get too specific. I'm just like, I just picked the 5 that you put in there. Except for your number 1. I picked that.
Okay.
So this one actually pushed, spoiler alert, this pushed The Matrix 2 off my list. The Matrix 2 was on my list, I was ready to go on my list,
Really?
and then I went, wait a second, what about this movie? And then I looked at my list, and then I realised that The Matrix 2 should never have been that high, because I do not like The Matrix 2 better than Terminator 2 or Guardians of the Galaxy or Serenity, so it was pushed clean off the list. And that is Inception.
I was seriously going to pick that, and I thought, nah, it's too artsy for Michael.
Oh, dude, I love that movie. If there was artsy stuff in that movie, I completely missed it. I was just all about the explosions and the slow motion and the boom.
I've never seen it, but it always just came across to me like hipsters loved it, and anything that hipsters love, Michael
I
hates.
generally hate, yeah. Mean hipsters, I got you back on this
So I
one.
should watch Inception then.
Oh, Inception.
Everyone tells me I should love
It's like
watch it.
Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know when he turned into this amazing actor. I remember seeing him.
He's glorious now.
Oh, he's like the new Jack Nicholson. It's amazing. He's so good. For this movie, like everything, like I never listen to a movie's soundtrack or listen to the score or anything and give it any. The score of this movie is perfect.
You love the Matrix score.
I do. That's true. That's true.
You're a liar.
I'm a liar. But no, the score of this movie it's just perfect. To the point that for the last couple of years, every score to a Hollywood movie has been a direct rip-off of Inception. I feel.
I'm gonna go watch it today.
Yeah,
I have it on Blu-ray. I've just never watched it.
Such a good movie. It's definitely worth your time. What I actually noticed when I was putting this list together, like when I was talking about this list with someone else and like what I was going to put on it, and all these 1980s and 1990s movies coming up, it's like, oh, that's got to be on the list. That's got to be on the list. That's got to be on the list. None of them made the list. Once you get past the nostalgia, new movies are just better.
That's what I was like as well.
Yeah.
Except my next ones aren't that new.
No, I don't think any of yours are that new.
So do you want to get into my number 2?
Sure.
I reckon you've got... This is my number 1.
Maybe.
My number 2 of the top 5 sci-fi films of all time. Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back.
Alright, I don't know enough about Star Wars to get into episode specifics, but I did have Star Wars down, and not as your number 1.
Not as my number 1.
Not as your number 1. I thought it would be the Seinfeld effect. Everyone would expect you to put it as number 1, so you wouldn't put it as number 1.
No, it's just literally not my number 1.
Okay, but that was the logic I used. I was like, Seinfeld effect, I'm expecting this to be number 1, it's not number 1.
Well, you're right, it's my number 2. Where'd you have it? You don't do top 5.
I didn't have top 5, but if we just went from here, and in order, it is second.
It's specifically because that is my favourite Star Wars film of the 6. But I don't really
Which one is that?
That's the one that... Well, I've got some notes here. It's the second of the old ones.
Is that the one with like the blown up Death Star? Like they're building it again?
Yes, it's the darkest of the old ones.
Okay.
So it's the one where it ends with Han Solo being put into the
Carbonite?
The Carbonite. So it's a depressing ending as well.
Is that the one where Luke starts banging around in black, or is that the next one?
I think that's the next one.
Okay.
But this is the one where Darth Vader tells Luke that he's his father.
Yeah.
It's the one where we introduce to Yoda, and Yoda's my favourite character in Star Wars. And it's just overall just the coolest of all the old ones, of all the Star Wars films, in my opinion. It's just you and I, we love the bad guys.
Oh,
and
yeah.
this is the Star Wars film with the bad guys, going to kill a punch.
Yes, yeah.
And they get the upper hand, and that's why I just love this one the most. The last Star Wars film, Return of the Jedi, too cutesy for me. It's got all the Ewoks.
Yeah,
And it
terrible.
appealed to the kids for last half of the film, whatever. And the first one, that would be higher than Empire Strikes Back for the fact that it changed cinema.
But that's not the one you like the most.
That's not the one I like the most. Plus, it had the happy ending, and it's just... That movie was made, Star Wars 1 was made, and
Wait, Star Wars 1?
Yeah.
You mean Star Wars 4?
Someone who doesn't know much about Star Wars.
I'm just making sure. Because if you say Star Wars 1 is great, people on the internet will kill you.
They will kill me, yes. I forgot that movie even existed.
I'm just protecting you.
So, Star Wars A New Hope, Episode 4, I'm going to get technical, that was made as just a standalone movie because they didn't know whether it was going to be successful or not.
Yeah.
But this one left you with a cliffhanger. And I just love the cliffhanger. So far.
You love a cliffhanger.
And
See,
it's got Lando Calrissian, who's one of you like Lando Calrissian, yeah?
No.
He's a black dude with the mustache. That's Han Solo.
I just like black dudes with mustaches.
So yeah, this is... I just love seeing the good guys get, outsmarted by the bad guys. In this film. And Empire Strikes Back, my number 2.
The closest you probably get to a bad guy winning the movie.
Yeah. So now we've come to the end. It's time for our number 1s. So does your number 1 become the number 1 of the this top 10, or is it number 2? How do we decide this?
I think just what people go with.
Yeah.
I can tell you that people are not going to go with me.
Really?
People are flat out going to say that is not a sci-fi movie.
I
am on the defense of this one. I am ready to throw shots.
I've only got one of your top 5.
You don't have this. You're going to sit here and go, that is not a sci-fi movie. I have a defense.
I thought I had it nailed. Right? You read out what it is, and I'll tell you what I thought.
Okay.
We'll get into it. You just tell me what your number 1 is.
Number 1, Batman, Wolverine in the same movie, The Prestige.
Wait a minute. What's that movie about again?
Prestige. Okay, so
Is
Christian
that
Bale.
Rose Magician?
Yes,
That's a great movie.
it's an amazing movie. You probably think it's not really sci-fi though.
How's a sci-fi? Go through the story again.
So Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman, they're friends, and then Christian Bale causes Hugh Jackman's wife to die in a trick, and then they become enemies, and they start fucking with each other. And then Christian Bale sends Hugh Jackman on a trip to find Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla invents a machine that's supposed to teleport Hugh Jackman, but it doesn't. It makes a perfect clone of him in another location. So Hugh Jackman...
Just spoiler alert, by the way.
Oh yeah, I just told you the whole movie.
Yeah.
So Hugh Jackman then uses this machine to do the trick. So it's set up so when he steps into the machine, the trapdoor opens, he gets put into a tank of water, locked, dies, and the copy of him steps out from the other thingo, and you know, oh look, it's an amazing
right, you
trick.
can't tell how he
yeah.
did it, yeah.
And then they frame Christian Bale for his murder, and then at the end, you find out that the creepy dude that always hung out with Christian Bale was actually Christian Bale's twin, and he shoots Hugh Jackman. But it has cloning. It's definitely a sci-fi movie. There's no way you can say it's not a science fiction movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I remember The Prestige just being a movie that I thought, yeah, Christian Bale, good actor, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And just being blown away by it. Because it's one of those movies you don't go into it thinking, well, no one raves about it, so you don't expect too much.
Even though I now know all of the twists, and I watched it again just the other day, even though I know all of the twists, it still could be my number one movie of all time. It really could be. It's such a good movie.
I think I might have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Because
and it's got Michael Caine.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's got Michael Caine. It's got Batman, Alfred, and Wolverine.
Alfred. So your number one, The Prestige.
Prestige.
Well,
not on your list?
I'll go through your top five once I've gone through.
Okay, cool.
My number one, I reckon you probably know it. You said it about 6 times.
E.T. Yeah.
You know when you just have those favourite movies and you can't really explain why?
Yeah.
They're just your favourite movies.
They're just your favourite movies. Yeah.
This is not just my favourite sci-fi, this is my favourite movie of all time.
Okay.
And that might sound ridiculous, but I can't explain it. It just is.
So we could borderline say that both of our top sci-fi movies are potentially our top movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
E.T. legitimately is my top
number
one movie of all time. I've always wanted to meet an alien, and this to me was the first movie I'd seen that involved aliens where they weren't shooting everyone.
Yep, no, that's fair.
Because there wasn't... Spielberg made Close Encounters of the Third Kind before E.T. That's similar. They weren't
is that the one with the music?
Yeah. And he goes with them in the end.
Yeah.
But E.T. was the first movie where you saw an alien and a human actually being friends.
Yeah.
And so many movies have tried to copy it since then, and they've just never been as good as E.T., in my opinion. So E.T. is my number one film, sci-fi film.
See, I was pretty confident it was your number one, and that's why I put it down as your number one. I hate it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What didn't you like about it?
The story of a boy and his alien is not compelling for me at all. And it wasn't as a kid either. I wanted my aliens to be shooting people.
The way Elliot is with E.T. in the movie is how I, as a kid, would have been with an alien had it not wanted to kill me.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that, yeah. But I guess I was just a cynical kid.
And plus, I just like the fact that E.T. was, something in a suit, a robot, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And they were really clever in the sense how they made it where they showed his neck stretching up. So it didn't, when you were a kid, you're like, well, that can't be a human.
Yeah, that's a real alien.
Yeah, it's a real alien. You know what I mean? So I've just always loved E.T. and people always sort of go talking about E.T. and I'm like, oh, it's my favourite movie. I'm not even embarrassed to say it.
You should probably know this then. Little E.T. factoid for you. Yeah. It goes with your Star Wars one.
I'll do another one as well after this.
In the Galactic Council thingo, there's ETs.
Yeah,
there's ETs in there.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah. But that's, you know why he did that? Because in E.T., Spielberg paid tribute to George Lucas by having the kid dressed up as Yoda in the Halloween scene. Have you seen E.T.?
Haven't seen it. No, I've seen it. Of course I have.
Well, when E.T.'s got the blanket over him and they're hiding through Halloween, a kid walks past just as Yoda. And he's like, home. He's chasing after him, thinking it's... Because that was like... George Lucas put E.T. in Star Wars because they would know Yoda.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the joke.
But you know what then that goes to show that Star Wars did not happen a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It happened in our galaxy.
How do you know E.T.'s from our galaxy?
Because... how do you accidentally lose someone on a planet that's not in your galaxy? And it can't be a far, far, long, long way away. Going between galaxies, even if you're travelling...
accidentally lose him. Do you know how they lost him?
No.
I
thought they just accidentally lost him there.
No. At the start, the film starts with the spaceship because they're botanists and they collect plants from planets, right?
Okay.
So they're collecting plants. Yeah. And the FBI rock up and they quickly race into the spaceship because E.T. wandered off. He didn't get back in time, so the spaceship's like, fuck it, we have to leave you behind, sorry. And that's where they take off. And then he hangs out with Elliot for the whole movie and until his family come back to get him because he creates this communicator thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy little smoking alien.
So he creates a communicator, then tells them I'm still alive. They come back and get him.
Okay.
Everyone's happy.
There you go.
So that's they didn't just lose him; they left him behind because they were like,
That makes it
every man
even
for
worse.
himself.
That makes it even worse.
But another thing is, Drew Barrymore is my crush, like
Okay.
Hollywood crush, and that was her first film.
Ah, there you go.
She's the girl in E.T.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew
Yeah.
that. And then
So-
she got on the drugs.
She did,
Yeah.
but she's hot.
Okay. No judgment.
Let's get into what we thought each other's top fives, well, five were going to be.
Okay, so I had Back to the Future.
That was my top 10, but I don't like it enough to be top five.
Okay.
But it's worthy.
Yep. Jurassic Park,
Yeah,
which you
nailed it. That's one.
one of the Matrix movies I thought might make it.
No.
No interest.
I was never a huge fan of the Matrix.
And then Star Wars and number one, E.T.
So you got three of them.
3 out of
Well
5.
done. All right, do you want me- your number five?
Yeah.
Well, I had the Stargate movie, number five.
Yeah,
I
no.
thought you put it for
Yeah, look, I thought about it, it's like, well, this spawned like
that's why
18 seasons of TV or something.
spawned your favourite show of all time.
Yeah,
Besides
but-
like Oz and Firefly.
Yeah, but no, not a great movie.
Number four. Now I thought this is purely because it's so ridiculous and the main star is Will Smith. Independence Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not a huge fan.
Has one of the greatest quotes of all time. It's that ridiculous.
Which one
when
is it?
he gets an alien,
Yep.
punches it in the head. They've got
Yeah.
all this technology. He punches it in the head, knocks it out, and says, "Welcome to Earth."
Glorious. That movie, I have so many issues with that movie. Like, why is the president flying a fighter? That
it's-
would never happen.
Nicola and I watched it the other day on Blu-ray, and I said to Nicola, "Don't question anything. It's just ridiculous."
Because if you question anything, you'll question everything.
I said, every question you have, the answer is because it's Independence Day.
What? Why do the motherships use USB technology? Because it's Independence Day.
Number three, I had District 9.
Okay,
I
yep.
thought you liked that movie.
It is. It's a really good movie.
I thought
yeah.
it was going to be the curveball.
Okay,
Number
yep.
two, I had Serenity.
Yep.
And number one, I had The Matrix.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe you didn't have The Matrix in your top five.
Matrix isn't even my favourite Matrix movie. I know that's like blasphemous to say. I prefer
I didn't
Matrix.
know that.
I prefer Matrix 2.
I just thought you would love The Matrix.
Matrix
in
3
general.
was a horrendous pile of dog shit.
It was. I remember watching it for school, and it was just like, what the heck? It's like they've just written it just for the sake of writing it.
Yeah, and Matrix 1 was good, and it had some really cool moments in it, but Matrix 2, it was just like a kung fu movie from the start to finish. It
Do
was
you think
amazing.
they just gave they sort of gave them a bigger budget, didn't they? They had the
Yeah.
more freedom to just do what
And
they
then when
want.
stupid, they're like, hey, let's just put in mech warriors. It's like, no one's watching The Matrix to see giant robots fight giant robots. I'd watch Pacific Rim if I wanted to see
Yeah,
that.
I thought Pacific Rim might have made it.
It nearly did.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. I thought, screw it, and I put it in. We also posted on the Facebook page
Yes.
asking people to tell us what they think is the best sci-fi film of all time. Should we?
Their
go
top
through?
one.
Not five.
One.
You're not important enough. Okay, so we have Ashley Pye says Star Wars. Also, my uncle Darren Dando says Star Wars.
I think he said more than Star Wars, though. If you don't put Star Wars as number one, I'm going to eat my R2-D2.
And he has a remote control R2-D2. So, sir, you must eat it now.
Begin eating, sir.
Thomas Gant. Now he's put five. No, he's put three. I'm just going to choose one.
Just pick the first one.
Serenity.
Oh, cool, yeah.
But he also said Wrath of Khan and Empire Strikes Back.
I don't care what he said.
Jonathan Mole says Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah, that's only like 28 years before my time. What is that movie? Like 19...
Late 70s.
Late 70s. Okay, that's well and truly before my time.
Ryan Sarah says 3 Star Wars films in this order: Jedi, Empire, then New Hope. You kidding me? Kidding me?
Really?
Return of the Jedi as number one.
Is that bad?
Or does he mean 3, 2, 1 as in... So like Jedi is 3.
No, he means it as one.
It better not be.
Is Jedi...
That's the one with the Ewoks.
Ah. But it gives a conclusion. People like it.
Yeah, I guess so. Ash Hill says Fifth Element. Now, Fifth Element was like the one I chipped out from Starship Troopers.
Yeah, and Fifth
It was
Element.
so close.
Fifth Element was the one that's like, oh, I want to put this in my list because everyone will be like, oh, that guy said Fifth Element. Look how cool and edgy he is. And then I was like, and I thought about it, and I was like, it's not that great a movie.
I love Fifth Element, but it's just...
Like, it's good, and it's one of those everyone loves it, but it's not that good.
It's your summer Channel 10 on a Saturday
yeah,
afternoon.
that's it.
I used your theory. I said, okay, if Starship Troopers was on and Fifth Element was on, what would I watch?
Yeah.
And I went with Starship Troopers.
And that's fair enough.
So-
I'd probably do the same.
Yeah. Tim Holzman says The Matrix. He doesn't specify which one.
So we'll just go with one.
Let's
One
go with
is generally considered the best.
Yeah, James Crabtree Morton. He says Back to the Future #1 and Children of Men. Now, this is a film I have not seen, Children of Men, but it was in a lot of, because I googled a lot of top 50 sci-fi lists, and it made every single one of them.
Children of Men.
But I've yet to see it, so maybe I need to go out and watch it.
Maybe it's just a movie that like just promotes like being responsible and not having children until you're older.
I don't think so.
And then you look at all the 14-year-old kids having kids now, and you're like, oh, this must be sci-fi. That never happened.
And that's about all of the comments that we had.
You might want to do that again.
No, I'm not going to. That is staying in. So, thanks for watching. The Torrent is top 10 best sci-fi films of all time. Comment below. People have been commenting and you haven't been replying.
Still don't have a login for the account.
I told you the password. I did.
What I might do is I might just make myself a different account and just like comment on it so they know it's coming from me.
Okay, yeah. Just make a new YouTube account for yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
And then download our videos and upload them onto your own.
No.
Just
steal everything.
Pillage it.
Yeah, just pillage it. Rape you and pillage the site.
So rate the video if you liked it. Comment below. And please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. Subscriptions have been going up, which is good.
Have they?
Yes.
Or me.
Also, please like the Facebook page. Link is in the description of this video. And what do you think the next video should be?
I don't know. Well, you picked this one, right? So that means...
Well, someone commented saying on the last video saying top 10 movie villains of all time.
Done! Top 10 movie villains.
Top 10 movie villains will be the next top 10. The Torrent is top 10. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Dun, 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 dun. The Emperor's not going to make my list.
Hey guys, don't forget if there's a list you want to see, you gotta tell us in the comments. And make sure you like and subscribe so you know when we do it.